Did you know that you can contribute to getting fluent in your target language while you're having a shower? It's a weird concept, I know, but there's two ideas behind it. The first one is passive listening. The second one is your brain is on autopilot. In this video, I'm going to dive into why these reasons help you get fluent while having a shower. And it's true. I'm James, I'm a native English speaker. Puedo hablar español y anche posso parlare italiano. I help people reach their unique language goals. Firstly, think of the amount of times that you've been in the shower and you come up with an idea or you come up with a solution, something that you've been thinking about for ages. You just couldn't think of what the solution could be. Then you're in the shower and you're relaxed, you're nice and relaxed, you're not thinking about anything until that comes into your mind. And you have a solution, you have a new idea. You can't wait to get out of the shower, get dry and dressed, and get it going. The reason behind this is because your brain has a default mode network system, which essentially is autopilot. And studies have shown that when we're entering activities that are monotonous and quite boring and require autopilot, our brains can then enter a relaxed state, which helps with problem solving and memory. So showering is a big part of that because you're just in autopilot, you're just thinking about the day ahead, and you're not really concentrating, you're just relaxing, and that's why it's so effective. By the way, I've created a free email course that takes 1 minute to read every single day, and you get 30 days of value, of actionable advice and tips to help you reach your language goals in less time with less effort in a more enjoyable way. There's a link below to check it out. So if you've ever felt guilty for having a really long shower, but then you've come up with an idea at the end of it, don't feel so guilty. Next, passive listening. So what is this? Well, active listening is when you're listening to a conversation or you're having a conversation with someone, you're focusing on the meaning of what they're saying to you. That's active listening. Now, passive listening, on the other hand, is different. It's when you're not consciously actively listening. It's when you're not taking account or really concentrating on what's being said to you. For example, if you're driving and the radio's on, you know that words are coming into your head, but you're not listening to them. You're not really taking much notice. Well, research by Ellis in 1994 has shown that listening to a language passively without even focusing on it can help with understanding the rhythm, tonation, and everything about the language you're listening to. So your brain is digesting what it hears and understanding patterns even though you're not actively thinking about it. So this is super effective really, because imagine you're in the shower just relaxing and thinking about things. If you then have a Spanish or Italian or whatever your target language is, if you have the radio on or podcast on, you can literally get a Bluetooth speaker for £10 or $10 off Amazon and have your phone connected to it in a dry place. Then you can listen to it in the shower while you're on autopilot. And it doesn't matter if you understand everything or if you're not even listening to it. By passively listening, you're still training your brain how the language works. So the next question is, what type of content can you use? Well, a lot of Spanish songs are really good for lyrics because it can be more enjoyable if you're in the shower listening to music. However, that can be hard to understand sometimes. I can speak Spanish, but I don't understand every single Spanish lyric because they're so quick oftentimes. However, there's many podcasts you can listen to that are intermediate or more basic, and you can still listen to that as long as the majority of it is spoken in Spanish and it doesn't alternate between Spanish and your native language. Also, importantly, if you're listening to the radio or to a podcast while you're having a shower, make sure it's something you enjoy. So if it's music, enjoy the music, and if it's a podcast, listen to something about your interest in your target language. Because then that will mean that you'll be able to build a habit out of it. And every time you have a shower, you'll listen to it and it'll be enjoyable rather than a bit of a chore or feel like homework. So that is it. Now, YouTube is really good at recommending content that it thinks you'll love and find really useful. So in the top right, you'll see a recommended video. So go ahead and watch it now.